Hello, welcome to another episode of Phoning It In. I'm Michael Carvelli, joined by Nick Arthur, and he's back in Chicago because he has a toboggan on. John Terry.
I'm home. It's no longer cold or warm where I am. But guys, this is exciting. I finally have a desk for the first time in this pandemic. I have a proper desk setup, which is very exciting. I have a little monitor. I got a big workspace that I can just leave my stuff on. I got cans already piling up. I got a perfect view of my two TVs. I'm going to hang some nice pictures and stuff. I'm very excited.
How much more efficient are you now?
It's pretty efficient today. Had a lot of emails to go through. Really busy time. So very efficient. I just had my coffee, and just working away. So, and it was great. Like I could just have up the Villa game today while I was working. I had the Bachelor up. I had the Brighton game up.
All the good stuff. Yeah.
All the good stuff, man. So no, it was actually very, very efficient. It's nice to have I have a place where I can write and type and a space for a mouse. Like I don't have to just use the touchpad anymore. It's very exciting.
So this is actually the content that Allison Carvelli wants to listen to. What are your thoughts on this season of The Bachelor?
It's very exciting. I guess I can probably, it's like 3 days. This will be posted like 4 days after the episode. There's this crazy girl, guys. Her name is Victoria.
I don't believe it.
I think I've heard.
No. This might be, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. She might be, I just realized I'm not using my mic. I even set up my mic.
Oh my God.
And I'm not using it. Anyways, next episode.
Professional shop we got here.
Right. I haven't used it since I moved because I haven't had a place to set it up. And finally I have a place that can stay permanently.
Every time you move, your iPhone mic
move that mic, adjust
rustles
your mic
against your jacket.
There we go.
All right.
Wow, layers.
Okay, can we get
Kappa, baby.
Get offensive logos off our screen.
Jeez.
Anyway, Villa Shield.
Anyway, so there's this girl named Victoria. Sorry, is my mic better now? I'm sorry. God, I feel like I've already ruined the podcast. This girl named Victoria.
That's why people love
Victoria Larson, right? Continue.
And I'm not even exaggerating. She is the worst, meanest, most vile character that The Bachelor or The Bachelorette has ever seen. It got so bad, I almost turned off the show because I was like, I can't take this negativity.
They're working.
Then there was this girl last episode, almost brought to tears watching this. They were all ganging up on this one girl, and it was horrible. They were all being mean girls times 10, right? And then this girl, Katie, comes in, and she comforted the girl who was being bullied, right? And it was just so touching. And then she went and told Victoria to buzz off and stop being a bully. It was awesome. And then she snitched on Victoria to the guy.
Oh shit.
Which typically in The Bachelor doesn't work, but she did it so secretly that no one knew it was her. It has been a very, very, very good season so far.
Wow.
But I'm serious, guys. This Victoria girl, she is just horrid. She is the worst. If you think of the worst possible person in the world, this person is worse than that.
Give us a name of somebody that we know.
Yeah, so that we can have a.
Yeah, somebody, maybe even
narrative.
If you can think of somebody.
They could be from France or Canada or anywhere.
Anywhere,
really.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't even compare. It's worse. It is worse than that person. Just the most ridiculous request. It's just. Anyways. So those are my thoughts on The Bachelor.
Still I wish I had something to add, but I don't really have much to add in. I'll take your word on Victoria. I've not watched any of The Bachelor this season.
I've watched. I think I watched one episode of last season.
Okay.
I was at my parents' house and my sister was watching it.
I just see some of the clips as they get redistributed on Twitter and TikTok and other platforms. There was one the other day of the guy was opening the door, John, and there was a girl there, and she hissed at him. It was just the weirdest reaction. She was just it was so weird. But
Love Island's better.
Let's move on from our Bachelor conversation.
Yeah, sorry. That's
It's not what the viewers and
Yeah,
listeners
it's not what
are
people
here
want.
for.
Carvelli brought it up, not me. Just
No,
for
I
the
know.
record.
I just wanted to see if it was better than Love Island yet, and it sounds like it is not.
Well, it's only like 10 episodes and 40 minutes each, not like 60,000.
Also, they're not like telling the full story. That sucks.
No, no. Of
But
course,
Nick,
they're
you
not.
had something that you wanted to bring up, and I'm glad that we were because I had not thought about talking about this before, but you're bringing it up.
Right.
So I'm loving it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I sense a little sarcasm there in your voice, but I will hopefully
No, I
deliver
actually,
a quality
I'm
topic.
fully on board
No,
unless
it's okay.
unless you are against what you're talking about.
What's done is done. I wanted to get a little input from you guys on your thoughts on cold showers.
Love them.
And
You love them?
Yeah.
so there's a category of people that like they'll just on like a daily basis, apparently, maybe Michael's one of them. They'll like in the morning they'll take a cold shower, or if it's in certain situations they'll just frequently take cold showers. I'm not one of those people. Are you one of those people? Okay, Michael's not either.
No.
Then there's the other group of people, which I would consider myself in this certain demographic, where I've just worked out.
Yep.
I'm really sweaty. I need to go somewhere, and there is nothing worse than taking a hot shower after you work out, and then you get out of the shower and you're still sweating for like 30 minutes after the shower. It is the worst. And the only way to combat that is to take a cold shower. And it's also like somewhat enjoyable when you're just like super overheated to just have the water run on like the back of your neck.
Genuinely like super refreshing, I think, to do that after a workout.
But you can't just dive in either. You have to kind of get in on like an average level and then work it down. Work it down. So it sounds like we're all on the same page. I didn't know if any of you guys, because there are a lot of people
like very anti it.
Francis is super anti. It doesn't matter. No scenario. No way will that water be cold.
If I were to work out, if I were to be very, very warm, I think the most I would do would be like a lukewarm shower. I could never do like a cold shower.
Really?
I hate cold showers. Give me the hottest
like,
water possible. The hottest water possible, and I'd rather burn my back than be cold.
Wow. There's some scenarios too where I've not worked out, and maybe I'm taking a shower, and I know when I get out of that shower, I'm gonna have like a hot chocolate, or I'm gonna like put on like my nice fuzzy bathrobe. So I'll crank the water down a little bit right before I get out, just to like bring down my skin temperature before I dry off. Okay, well, that's really all I had. I was just curious.
We've got
what you guys do.
I just Googled the benefits of taking cold showers.
I bet Gary Vee takes a cold shower.
Say what?
Just any like entrepreneur, TikToker.
Yeah.
I guarantee they take cold showers, and that's how that made them a millionaire.
I read something that you're supposed to take warm showers at night and cold showers in the morning, because cold showers will help wake you up and stimulate your nerves, whereas warm showers will actually like lull you back to sleep. So when you wake up in the morning and you take a warm shower before going to work, is that actually really helping you, or is that just setting you up to be sleepy in the morning? I don't know. I'm never going to find out. Because can you think of anything worse?
You're never going to find out? You're not going to take a warm shower in the morning?
No, sorry. Yeah, okay, fair point. I mean, like the vice versa. But can you imagine waking up on like a cold day and having to jump in a cold shower at 7 a.m. and then walking outside in the cold? No way.
If I lived in Chicago where it's going to be -5 on Saturday night, I don't care if I had just worked out. I probably am not taking a cold shower.
There's no chance you're wearing a toboggan in the shower, probably. Really? So you like cold showers? Wait, let's get into this. So how often do you take cold showers?
I do it like sometimes after I work out. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, just after you work out.
I don't do it every day. It's like when I do it, it is I literally am the exact same as Nick, where I will do it after I work out, or occasionally I'll take like a regular hot shower, and then I'll be like, let's like turn it down a little bit.
Turn it down a little before we get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put on those nice warm fuzzy sweats, and I want them to feel nice.
I'm not advocating like 24/7 like cold shower. Like, but even in a month like this where it's been cold and snowing here and stuff like that, after I get off the bike or whatever, I'm sweating. I don't feel like sweating for 45 minutes after I get out of the shower or whatever. I'll go with a colder shower. Which cool water in the shower helps to stimulate your immune system, increases alertness, which goes into take it in the morning. Prevents colds, stimulates antidepressant hormones, speeds up your metabolism, and reduces hair loss.
I'm sitting right here, 15 minutes off a cold shower with a full head
Great
of
head
hair.
of hair. Great head of hair.
Not depressed. Metabolism is just working like crazy.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it.
Hot water relaxes your muscles, reduces fatigue and headaches, reduces anxiety. Nasal
showers are great.
Opens up the pores. This is all great.
Showers, man. I'm telling you, I'm on record of how much I love showers and specifically like the actual shower.
We love showers, folks, don't we?
Yo, my shower in Orlando had like a bench.
On the record about this as well.
had a.
I love bathing.
Had a bench inside the shower. It was great. I could like sit down while I showered.
Whew. Man,
that's great.
What a time.
I did use the alcohol swab to clean it, COVID, but
I'm just sit on the bench, grab a shower beer, you're good to go.
I did that many times in Orlando. It was quite nice.
A depressant and an antidepressant just counteracting each other before our eyes.
Boom. Get you settled into a nice healthy medium. It's perfect. I don't know. So this week, I know the Super Bowl is coming up this week. This is me shifting from this topic because I don't know what else to say about showers.
That's fair.
Yeah, let's cleanse ourselves of the. Sorry.
There we go. Super Bowl coming up this week. I do feel like we need to talk about it because it's an important thing. I have no real thoughts on the game itself. I don't know. It's been a weird.
It's all has an.
Sports don't matter this year. Sports don't matter.
Yeah, it's so Nick. We've
until our team's like in the title game, then it's going to matter. But as of right now, I'm in the sports don't matter boat.
Yeah, like we talked about this the other day. Like whether it's Spurs, whether it's WVU to an extent. Like I'm just having a.
There's no fans there, and if there are, they're limited. There's not the same like.
And if there are fans there, I get frustrated by the fans there.
Yep.
Because I'm like, why are you there? What are you doing? Why would you do this right now?
Yeah, I mean, why are there 10,000 of you guys inside right now?
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
But there is Super Bowl. I do think it'll be. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one to watch. But what I would like to talk about is what we are doing for our respective quote unquote Super Bowl parties this year.
Obviously, I'm having a rager, man.
Yeah.
COVID super spreader.
Big old super spreader.
I honestly couldn't remember like when the Super Bowl was because I feel like the season schedule got all messed up and I'm thinking it's probably later. Also, like, no, it's not. It's the same weekend. It always felt Mariel's birthday is tomorrow or today when this podcast is released.
Happy birthday, Big Mo.
She doesn't like the NFL. I will let her know you said happy birthday. And so I always feel weird being like, let's go watch the Super Bowl. Like, happy birthday. Like, eh. Also, we're doing Valentine's Day this weekend because I'm going to be gone on Valentine's Day. And so it's just like, but she wanted
the Super Bowl. It's a pop culture event, though. It's not just,
I was shocked because she actually wanted to do something for the Super Bowl.
Honestly, any excuse to do something right now. I think that's kind of where a lot of people are.
Do you guys watch the Super Bowl for the game or for the commercial? Like, Nick, you mentioned pop culture event.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I tend to watch it for the experience of getting to watch it with people.
Interesting.
Right. Yeah, this will be my first non-Super Bowl party in probably 5 or 6 years now.
I don't give a crap about the game because I am. You guys are much bigger NFL fans, generally speaking, than I am.
I'm a fantasy football person, so the Super Bowl
you follow it. I don't really
consequential. Yeah, that's fair. But like
outside of like big stories or whatever, like I generally know who is good and whatever. But
I'd say after week 16, like I really don't care about the NFL unless the Falcons are in it, and then the Super Bowl is just a reminder of 28-3. So it's just like, meh.
But it's about the prop bets and
right. So
the
this
commercials.
This year I can do the bets, so that could be fun. So I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit. Anxious to see what DraftKings does.
Prop bets, commercials. It's the halftime show. It's all that's happening on social media as the commercials are
That's what's
are
so
being
much fun.
shown. It's so fun to watch the reactions to everything and the memes, just because anytime you have this many eyes on one thing at a time, you immediately have memes that are generated from that. And I love that about social media also.
Mhm.
So for me, that's what it's all about. Unfortunately, like we've all just said, we won't be gathering. I'm curious what John will be doing for the Super Bowl in Chicago on Sunday. It is a high of 9 degrees.
Well, so here's the thing. I was gonna like grill out and like grill stuff, but like
You're
I'm
not going to
not
be able to
doing
do that
that
in Chicago in February.
Yeah.
when it's 9 degrees
Yeah,
outside. Like that's insane.
You gonna get some like wings
Also,
catered or
the other thing is my grill is covered with like 1.5 feet of snow. So like I'm not gonna go shovel out a grill.
yeah.
Um,
I meant to talk. We'll talk about that at some point.
I'm going to do wings. I'm going to use my air fryer. Actually,
Nice. I love doing air fryer.
I have
wings.
not used an air fryer. I've not used the air fryer yet, so it could be a good opportunity to try something out. So, and then we're going to do a pizza dip, which is a sister-in-law creation. I don't know. We'll see.
what do you dip into it? Like more of like a pita or bread?
Yeah, so
Bread.
it's like a pizza sauce cheesy thing, like, and then you line it with like pizza crust or something. So you rip
Oh,
off the
nice.
crust. I don't really understand it, but I bought the ingredients today. So,
Nice.
but yeah, that's what I mean. And then I guess we're gonna watch the football game, but like, I mean, the game's gonna end way like in Seattle. The game started like 4 o'clock. The big game. We can't say Super Bowl, guys. The big game. It started at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like, we go to bed early.
It's
Like
like 3:30 or so. Yeah, it's
yeah,
earlier than
now it's
that, I
gonna be
think.
like a normal like
6
late
o'clock kickoff.
afternoon, evening time. Yeah. So I guess we'll watch it. I was shocked when she said she wanted to do something for the Super Bowl. I was just kind of planning to not. But
You got some TVs downstairs. You got a desk.
yeah,
Make
we'll
it
do it
spot
up.
for
We'll
it.
probably do it upstairs, unfortunately. Which would be good. We have a couch. We don't have a couch. We have lawn furniture down here. So
You can move the couch for a day.
down the stairs, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I don't know. I might end up watching it like at my parents' house. I don't know.
Could do a virtual Super Bowl party.
I would be very
Hey.
down if you guys wanted to.
That's actually a really good point. Just like we did with the election, just put a laptop in there and
Mhm.
yeah, I'm game.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a thought.
That was honestly, if I'm being 100% real, I did not want to like explicitly say it, but I was like, man, I'm just gonna be like here by myself. Like if I can find a way to trick these guys into hanging out on Sunday.
Yeah, no, maybe we do that. That could be fun. We do a little virtual Super Bowl party.
Mhm.
Look
Love
at
it.
this. This podcast is just lovely. It's
Yeah, and you guys obviously know my food plans, which I think is going to transition into another
That's where we're going
topic
with
we
this.
wanted to discuss. Yeah. So for birthday / Christmas, I received a gift from my best man, and it was a gift card to a company I had never heard of before. It was called Gold Bellies, and I immediately did a Google search for this, like what is this? And it's something related to food. I can tell from the gift card. And I get on the website, and I discovered something incredible. Honestly, it's something that I've kind of been looking for a few years, and it is you can order food from like any local restaurant around the country. So if you have like a favorite wing shop in Buffalo, or a favorite Mexican restaurant in Tex-Mex restaurant in Texas, or if you have that one spot in Oklahoma where you have the amazing cheese fries, whatever those are, 90% of the time they're listed on this website called Goldbelly.
Is that
And
place in Oklahoma with the really good cheese fries on there?
Eskimos Joe's is not on there. I checked.
Dang.
But you basically, you can order from these restaurants, and obviously the price is marked up because there's a middleman involved and they have to ship it. But I just put in my order for our Super Bowl feast, and I got a couple deep dish pizzas from Chicago, as well as some queso dipping sauce from a Mexican restaurant in Texas, Houston to be exact, I believe is how you're supposed to pronounce that. So that will be our combination for the Super Bowl. And this pod is not sponsored by Goldbelly, but I actually gifted my sister for her birthday a Goldbelly gift card. So I think it's a great future gift idea for our listeners. If you have
Mhm.
friends and family who like foods from certain famous restaurants, Goldbelly provides them an avenue to do that if those restaurants don't already offer like full, cross country shipping.
Right. See, when you brought it up to me, somebody that I work with had mentioned it to us once before. Um, and I just never actually like followed through and like looked at it. But after you talked about it, I decided to look it up, and it's awesome. Like, it's, just so many really cool things that I would love to try. And there's only one place in West Virginia that has anything.
Really?
But for anybody who, is from West Virginia originally, people that might be listening, John, if you are missing pepperoni rolls in any way, Tomorrow's Bakery, shout out to Clarksburg. My opinion, the best pepperoni rolls you're going to find in West Virginia is the only place in West Virginia that delivers on Goldbelly.
How about this? When you come visit,
Pike Place Market in Seattle, John, is on Goldbelly. You can order fresh fish and seafood from Pike
I bet
Place.
their fish
Ooh.
is expensive.
Yeah, how much is that? Because I kind of like to do that.
My sister said that was probably going to be what she used her gift card on was some smoked salmon.
2 quarts of clam chowder from Pike Place for $79.
Yeah, like that place was expensive. When I lived in Seattle, was like, oh, let's go get some salmon from Pike Place. Because it's marked up. Like you can go get fresh salmon at like any seafood restaurant.
But that's not Pike Place. That's
I'm
not
just saying.
the tourist trap.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm with you. I agree that.
So
but it's cool that it's there.
I'm just saying, Carvelli, when you come visit me in Chicago at some point, you should bring me some pepperoni rolls, and then I will treat you to some Lou Malnati's.
Ooh.
Deep dish.
And we can have a little party.
312, little Goose Island.
God, what a time. Just jump on a direct flight as soon as I get that vaccine, man.
15 minutes from the airport, swing by, pick you up, and
O'Hare.
It's
Fired
just
up about it.
It'll be wonderful. We'll have a fridge full of Chicago beer waiting for you. Maybe we'll get
the whole basement to yourself.
Don't tip me with a good time, man.
We got a whole bed for you.
A whole bed?
A whole bed. Like
wow.
Not a futon, an actual bed.
Holy crap, man. I'm looking at this now, and not only do they have like you can go to specific restaurants and whatever, they have subscriptions where you can do like they have a monthly pizza subscription or a monthly barbecue subscription.
Oh.
Where for $80 a month or whatever, which is, obviously everything on here is going to be expensive, but you're getting one of those packs of something from somewhere in the country sent to you
every month. And we talked before we started recording about the price point. Most of the meal packs serve 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're looking at something for $80, $20 a person, it's still a little steep, but if you've got 4 people to split it with, it's reasonable. Yeah. It's doable. If you're a solo or a duo, it's a little tougher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they even have stuff that's like, you can support restaurants in Chicago by doing a monthly Chicago subscription, and they'll just send you something new from Chicago every month. Stuff like that.
Wouldn't be, I think it's important for us to point out that, sorry, Goldbelly, but if you do have that favorite restaurant somewhere around the country, always check and see if they deliver first.
Yeah.
Make sure you're maximizing their margins and their returns. And also it's going to be cheaper for you as the consumer to do it that way. But Goldbelly is a cool resource for some of these really small ones like the pepperoni place in Clarksburg. They're obviously not resourced to provide cross-country shipping on that stuff, but just something to keep in mind.
It's kind of similar to that the website Flaviar, the alcohol one, where you can buy like booze from different breweries and like distilleries around the country. Very similar concept, because a lot of those distilleries like don't have the, to your point, don't have the bandwidth to be shipping across the country. But it's a little bit more expensive, but you have access to it. Like it's possible, know.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. So I ordered some of that for the Madre for Christmas, actually, some bourbon from Chicago.
There you go.
And got it sent down there. So anyways, good shout, Nick. I had never heard of this Gold Belly place, so it's pretty cool. Expensive.
It's a fun place to just kind of like look around at what all you can get.
And very little of it is healthy.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, like none of it. Like you're not gonna get much that is like.
You're not gonna get that famous Mediterranean salad from that one place.
It's always like, get this like gigantic cheesesteak from Philly.
Yeah, loaded subs and New York bagels. All the carbs you can imagine.
It's so interesting. I mean, that kind of stuff is it's really, I like that a lot. But yeah, we can do that while you have that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do yet. I might. I was actually thinking about making some wings. In the air fryer as well, but I was.
Well, I'm serious about our little virtual thing. We should.
Same.
Like, I'm totally down. That'd be sweet.
Same.
Yeah, I'm very down for it. I wasn't sure if you guys were, what you all were up to, but that's good.
Zoom it up.
We did not have this on our thing at all. It's going to be so odd to like interact with people in person again after so long of just like doing it through these weird windows.
Yeah. Like, are you going to be like, when are you going to be comfortable, like getting up in someone's, like think about when you go to like a sporting event and you're sitting right next to a random person.
Yeah.
Like I've done it on a plane a couple of times, but it is a little bit different. I feel like if like people are all around you, like stadium seating. So they're like,
being
COVID,
in like a huddled bar with people ordering over your shoulder.
Because here's the thing. I feel like before COVID, no one really understood how like molecules and molecules traveled between
water vapor.
Like traveled between humans, and like you're breathing other people's like stuff all the time. And I feel like people just realized that over the last 9 months, because like many people, not everyone, unfortunately, educated themselves on COVID, and now it's just like I don't know about that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. There was a
like things like getting in an Uber. It's like, I don't know about this. Like,
those TikTok trends where there will be just some video and it will be like, I don't know, tell me you're a Villa fan without actually telling me you're a Villa fan or whatever. There was one that was just like, tell me one thing that you did before COVID that like looking back on you thought was so gross. And there was one that was just so spot on where it said that we would basically blow out the candles on a birthday cake and then cut it up and serve it to everybody in the room.
Oh,
insane. That's gross.
Right?
Think about, they're spitting their water vapor all over that cake.
Yeah.
And then you're just serving it to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that you just didn't think of before COVID.
Will you ever eat a cake when someone blows out a candle on it?
No. I mean, eventually maybe, but like right now, God no.
I'm wiping that icing off the top.
Like it's taking a while. Like it's
holy shit.
Yeah, no
God's
more of
mind
that.
is
Maybe
blown right
from
now.
now on, like have a cake, and then like give whoever's birthday it is like a separate cupcake.
Yeah, have a little
Especially
cupcake.
think of all the times like when Uncle Larry is like trying to be cool and blow all the candles out with that one big puff, and he's just like, and he's just all over. I mean, that's what they do.
Awful.
That's what they do.
Man.
Awful.
Fuck.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that. We'll not be doing that anytime soon.
I
feel like that's going to be done.
I feel like all the germaphobes in high school who like walked around with like everything, like they were so advanced.
They
were
feel so
ahead of the
vindicated
times.
now.
Yeah. They knew these things. They didn't eat that cake. They knew.
I am making a birthday cake for my wife tonight, and we're not no candles.
Come on.
No.
John, you spit water vapor on each other all day. Like you're good.
Yeah, man, that is wild, right? That is holy crap. That never even occurred to me.
Yeah.
That is
thought about it a few months back.
No wonder cold spread. Oh, no.
I mean, think of like when everyone the propaganda jokes now of like, well, good to know that like the flu doesn't exist now that COVID's here. But like, okay, different conversation. But like in all reality, no one is getting sick now because like we're actually taking proper measures of like distancing and wearing masks. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy to think, like John said, just how growing up when I was like that 15-year-old kid who just was sharing a locker room with other middle schoolers. And like, yeah, I mean, I would get sick like every 6 weeks with something, whether I had like a digestive problem or like a head cold, all the time. And I've not gotten sick with anything since March, since I've been quarantining, and I would expect not to. But it's just wild to think about our different practices and things we would do, and I'm sure that was a cause for why we were sick all the time.
Well, I remember when everyone was super nervous at the beginning of this, like, oh, flu season, the winter is going to be bad because of flu season. Like, there are like research shows that the flu season is almost non-existent this year.
I didn't even get my flu shot for the first time ever because I thought it would be more risky to go to a like public place to get the shot than it would be just to stay home and not get the shot.
Well, there were studies done, I believe I've mentioned this on the pod before, in South Africa and in Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere, about they had the lowest flu numbers they've ever had because everyone's wearing a mask and staying the hell away from people. I mean, crazy. It's just going to be so fascinating about how COVID affects the world, right? Like we talk about 9/11 and how it affected security and that sort of thing. How is COVID?
I think you're going to see a lot of elderly and people with pre-existing conditions during flu season wear masks in public places.
Yeah.
Long term.
I mean, I feel like that should be most people in general for a while still. Like even after we all get, our vaccine, just to be safe for a little bit.
I mean, in the winter in Chicago, like the mask is like anyone who doesn't wear a mask in Chicago is just an asshole at this point because it's freezing. Like it literally keeps you warmer.
It's so nice to wear one.
Like let your face freeze because COVID's a hoax. Like just get out of town. Like just
get out of town.
Get out of town. Because it's just like it helps insulate you. Like we got 2 feet of snow and negative bazillion degree temperatures. Wear a mask. It's mind-boggling.
It really is. But before we wrap up this week, I have one thing. I don't know. We're at about, I think, 30-ish minutes on this episode. Who knows? But one thing that happened this week that was a great thing for us who love college football, who love video games. The NCAA football game is back, and I think we're all very excited about it. But since we are close to being done for this week, just real quick, I just want everybody to go around. What is like a thing that you want to see from the game?
One, I was shocked.
Or what you're most excited about.
I was so shocked that they announced this thing, given like all the NIL stuff and how like colleges are profiting off student athletes and whatever. And so I was shocked that like this thing even came out now because like we're talking like it's Supreme Court is imminent right on this thing. So anyways, that's one thing. Two, I'm so curious, and we talked about it pre-show, is how this game is released. Like so many times, like FIFA, for example, like the game's just the same game over and over and it's not exciting. But this could very well be the most popular sports video game in a long, long time because so many people have been looking forward to this. Yeah. And how much of a splash are they going to do? Like I've read that they don't have a name for it yet. Like they don't have a release date, but like, man, the fact that, they've planned it quite a bit if they were already releasing that it was going to happen. So, but for your question, I want it to be like very customizable. My biggest thing would be like, obviously like realistic stadiums and venues, but like, can you like do anything to those stadiums or venues? Because I always like to start off with like a small school, right? Like let's say like Wyoming or something. And at some point after a few years and you're winning national titles, like, can you expand the stadium? Can you build a new practice facility? Can you do anything that will actually help like your school to make it more realistic that a number one team in the country would do? I think that'd be really cool. And then the other thing would be customizing it. So like custom conferences, custom playoffs, custom everything. Like you could have a 12-team playoff, a 24-team playoff. You could have different bowl games, like really customizing the postseason experience and like the conference experience, I think would be cool. Now, I don't know how much that's possible since like the licensing deals has to go through the NCAA and I don't know that they want people necessarily doing that. I read something about someone wants to bring back the BCS. How cool would that be? Or like different scenarios.
Yeah, like just have that be an option would be cool.
Season. Like what happens if you're in season 6 and they're like, oh, we're going to go, the college football playoff is no longer like, we're going back to the BCS. Like just random things happen during the course of it. So I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a nerd saying all of that, by the way.
I was gonna say we're going
not
to sound
sad
like
about it.
giant nerds talking about
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound
nerd.
like a nerd with my one request, which is to have, and John I think has talked about having this sort of feature for years, but basically, and he talked a little about it there, having like an AD mode, like an athletic director mode, where basically you're controlling everything. What coach am I hiring? What sort of contract am I giving them? What sort of budget am I giving to their assistant coaches? What sort of expenses do I have for facility upgrades, which I know ultimately will help in recruiting, and just basically running the balance sheet. And like, if I fire this coach, he's got an $8 million buyout. If I move to this conference, I get this much money back from the conference's media contract. So having like just a straight AD mode would be so much fun.
I think you can incorporate
this is basically the pitch for like a college football style football manager game, which would be awesome to have.
Yes. And losers like us would just play the AD mode and not even play the game, and I'm completely fine with that.
I would pay whatever they wanted to not play games and just do that.
And my other feature is I want it to have, and I think that Madden and NBA 2K and others should already have this, and that's basically like the pro clubs mode of FIFA, where you can create a team with your friends and you each play one individual position.
Everyone gets to have one player that they control.
I'm playing left tackle, just letting you know right now. And you like rank up their stats and everything, and you play against other people online that are doing the same thing. So those are my two big game features.
That'd be cool. I was excited to see when they announced it, because it's funny because I've been during this pandemic, if you look right there, I've got my 360 set up in my office, and I've been playing like the 2014 game, which was the last one they made. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing to look back now and see like even 7-8 years ago, whenever that was released, like it was a pretty customizable game. Like people, even to this day, like every year people upload new rosters that you can download to have like the current college football rosters. You could do like the different like schools to create or whatever. A lot of really interesting stuff. So I was interested to see how they continue to up their game with that stuff, or I really hope they don't track it back. I would imagine they wouldn't. What? You're on mute or something.
God, what a failure I am. When you guys, starting the podcast with an audio issue and then ending with muting myself. When you guys played, did you guys ever in career mode get like invited to a new conference? Did that ever happen to you all? So it happened to me like multiple
I feel like it would happen
times.
more often in the basketball games.
Oh, interesting. So I read today on a Reddit thread, they were like, oh, you need to be able to like be invited to new conferences. I'm like, you actually could, but it just took a long time. Like you'd have to play the same dynasty. Like I remember with Wyoming, I got invited to the Big 12. Like that was,
Yeah, like
but it didn't review any of the ramifications of that. It's just
your conference prestige went up, but that was it. Like it was, like you got a little bit of a bump for recruiting, but it wasn't anything like a money, like now you have more money to expand your stadium or build new facilities or have a bigger pool to hire better coaches or whatever.
Yeah. Just imagine like some random kid in Iowa that just like plays the game all the time. And he now has like a 312,000 seat stadium. And like, like imagine what he is, like a chocolate fountain going into the weight room, just building all that out. How fun would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I want to see what they're going to do with that, and then obviously because it's EA and like what they do with FIFA and all those games, like how they're going to work like the stupid microtransactions and ultimate team style stuff into a game with amateur athletes is going to be really interesting. And then, but the thing that I want most, I guess most outside of like the AD mode style, like stupid nerdy stuff that we have all talked about. It's college athletics, and let me cheat. let me be some, Georgia State, some small school that's nothing, and let me find a way to like cheat my way to the top real quick.
Do you remember when you could do that though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could they would like say you have a recruiting violation and you could like get the option to like suspend someone or whatever, or you could not do it. And then if you didn't do it, like your compliance rating would go up, like would decrease or whatever. And then at some point you got hit for like big penalties.
Yeah.
Do you want to administer like, internal punishment? What do they call it when you like choose to self-punish or whatever the word is?
Self-imposed sanctions.
Self-imposed sanctions. Yeah. Like, oh, we're going 4-8 this year anyway. Let's go ahead, just like they do in real life.
Or that's fine.
Do you want to use $20,000 of your recruiting budget, to pay this kid cash?
Yeah.
By doing so, you'll run the risk of being caught whenever next year's audit takes place.
Fine.
That would be so fun.
Bring it. Like, that's what I mean. Every game you play, you build up like, the different coins or whatever for your user profile or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why not be like, okay, hey, you've got this 5-star recruit that you're looking at, for 2,000 coins, you have just bought him a car. Let me do it.
Disclaimer, by doing this, you run the risk of, whatever you want to put there. And then during next year's audit, you see if they find it. It's a randomizer.
Oh, for 500 coins, I can give a booster a chance to like, give some recruit's parent a house. Sure. Let's do it.
Do it. We're going to the top.
Like we're going to win titles.
To start a new career, just like a coach.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'll get fired and I'll go to like, I don't know, UTEP.
I'll go to Louisville.
Again.
Then I'll go back to
UTEP
Louisville
and do
again.
it all over again. I don't care. I'll work my way back up.
Realistic.
Or maybe I've been that hardworking coach who's done it the right way for 20 years and doesn't have a national title yet.
Right.
Let's make some things happen. That's what I want. I don't know. It's at the end of the day, like whether, when we started this podcast 4 years ago, we might not have been talking about this with NCAA employee John Terry, but like, hey, it happens. Just let us play the game the way it's done in real life.
The ball is in your court, EA.
I mean, come on.
We're going to play it no matter what, by the way. So
yeah, exactly. We're going to buy
it. I actually,
it could literally just be Madden, but with college teams, and we'll play it. Like,
I wasn't going to buy one of those next gen things. I was like, this is probably my last game system. Like, I don't.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
You're going to have to do it. And guess what? You probably will.
Yeah.
So, not going to work on Xbox One?
No, only next gen.
I don't think so.
You're gonna have to fork it over.
So we're gonna have to wait to see, because like, what if it's cross-platform? I just get that thing on this computer and.
Fair point. Yeah, it's a fair point.
But
yeah, no, I was like, I don't want to have to ask my wife if I can get a next gen video console. That seems a bit much for a 32-year-old.
Come on.
Probably 33 by the time this game comes out.
It'll be worth it.
But I'm going to.
Yeah, she'll understand.
Yeah, it's just for
put it on the credit card. Paid off. You won't even know.
Yeah.
The points. Think of the points I earned with that.
Someone at work
so many
gave
points.
this to me.
There we go. But yeah, that's. I just wanted to make sure we got that in, just because that was a fun thing to get to see finally happen this week. But yeah, unless you guys have anything else, I think that's it for this week. What do we think?
What
Super
a time!
Bowl predictions, real quick. Scores, go. Super Bowl predictions.
Kansas City up 28-3 late in the third quarter, and the Tampa Bay Bucks come back to win it in overtime. I hope Kansas City or someone just blows a lead worse than 28-3. I do think Tampa wins, though, for sure. Tampa wins by like a touchdown.
So I have my name on one of those like Super Bowl boards where like, the Bucks have to have a score that ends in this number, and the Chiefs have to have a score that ends in this number, and you win a bunch of money. So I'm currently looking at what my numbers are, and that will determine my prediction. So Nick, you go first.
Got it. Very close game. Bucks will stop the run. You'll see a lot of third and longs for the Chiefs. I think, and obviously Brady's Brady. He's gonna do his thing, but I think Mahomes is just on a heater right now, and his creativity with Tyreek Hill is just something that we've never seen in the game before. Yes, I said it. So Chiefs by 3. Very good game here. Let's go I don't know, 34-31 Chiefs.
I do think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think Mahomes though is gonna get into trouble. It's like I think he's gonna throw some picks. I think sometimes he can get a little wild, and I just have a feeling he might throw some picks, which is why I think the Bucs will win. But that's him and Tyreek Hill though. This season have been incredible. I mean, those guys.
Last Super Bowl.
Right. But I mean, I can't remember what week it was. It was near a little past midway of the season. But like Tyreek Hill had like 5 touchdowns or something. I mean, it was incredible. He was just. Those guys are unbelievable, and that's fair. And their running game with like, they can open it up, but it's Tom Brady, dude.
I will say, for many of the reasons that you guys have already stated, so that I don't have to go super in depth because I don't know a ton. We're gonna go Chiefs 42-34 winning.
I like that score. Right
score.
around my area.
Yeah.
And that way I can also win. I don't know how much it'll be. $1,000.
Woo!
Wow.
That's
okay.
How much? What was your buy-in here?
What is it? I can't remember. I do it. It's the same every year. I can't remember.
It's the numbers thing. Yeah. One of those. That's cool.
Bunch of people in it. So that'll be that. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to or watch the show. Give us a 5-star rating and review while you're there. And Nick, where can they find us on the socials?
Phoning It In Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They can send us an email, phoningitinpodcast@gmail.com, or give us a call, leave us a voicemail, let us know your thoughts, 304-627-1889.
That's right. And as always, a shout out to Miguel Silva-Leon for our theme song. Check out Saving Miles Lemon on Spotify, Apple Music. And with that, that's all we have for this week. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.